You're not scared?
No, because those are easy.
Okay. Once you taste it, you'll be like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Little dino cheers. I got the... I'm crying.
It's alright. Do you need a hug?
I might need a hug. What's up, truckers? Today we have Wendy Bartz on the show. She's spent 27 years in the transportation industry, working at 4 major carriers before joining Daseke. She's become an expert in driver recruitment. Currently, she helps carriers like COTC from a consultative perspective to be cost-effective, best-in-class processes, and train employees for success. Today, she puts COTC up against the rest of the trucking industry. So sit back and enjoy this episode of Drivers, Dinos, and Discomfort. Welcome back. We got another exciting episode for you guys today. We got Wendy joining us. We appreciate you taking the time. For those that haven't watched, and maybe you don't even know how this is going to progress, but we're going to go through a series of dino nuggets, various levels of spicy, and after each series of them, we're going to go through some questions and get to know you a little bit more and your background and go from there.
Sounds exciting.
Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. I still blame Matt, though, for making me do this.
100%. I say it every video.
All right, good.
And how are you with spicy things?
I have a better tolerance than Luke.
You guys said this wasn't that bad. Whew. Wow, this is terrible.
Dude, okay, I was just gonna ask. That's like that's became
dude.
kind of our ground zero as Luke.
Yeah, much better than Luke.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah. Well, we can probably apply that to more things than just the spicy factor too. Just better than Luke,
Absolutely.
period, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's get started. I think
All right.
our first sample today is we got the cashmere buffalo. So they make it sound very appealing, but I guess you'll be the judge of that.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Little dino cheers.
That's easy.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. Like if only they all just stayed right about there, I'd be content.
I do a little spicier than that.
You're tougher than me too. Well, let's go through some questions. So the first question, and I'm curious to know the answer to this too. I don't even know. Have you ever driven a tractor trailer?
Well, I grew up on a farm.
Okay.
So technically, you can say that I drove just from driving the tractors around the farm and wagons and all that good stuff. However, when I first got into the industry, I worked a lot in operations with students.
Okay.
And matched them up with their trainers, and they used to go through skid pad training.
Okay.
So they let me attend skid pad training, and because it's on a technical college on the grounds, I could drive.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part of that experience was the fact that I outdrove the student that already went through school.
No way.
And he turned and he looked at me, he's like, you just did that better than I did. So that farming played into getting out of a jackknife.
That's awesome. What kind of farming did you grow up around? Was it like
dairy farm? Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Dad did it from day one, and and I love the work ethic that
I was
you
just
get
gonna
from
say
it.
there is no joke in that. Like you gotta grind.
Yeah, even when you start getting into job interviews and stuff, when they find out you worked on a farm, they set you apart.
Yeah. No, I mean you work from daybreak to sundown every day, and that's 7 days a week.
Yes, exactly.
That doesn't come with a weekend.
Yeah, and I'm a morning person, so Dad always got me up in the morning. I had to be the morning one, and I'm like, this isn't fair.
Everybody else sleeps in.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So did the guy, I mean, he had to be embarrassed about the whole thing.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. And I don't think he made it real long through the process afterwards.
Yeah.
Because he was just
Wasn't
scared
for him.
and
Yeah.
But that's why you put him through training and go through that process.
There's a reason it's there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very cool. I like it. Well, are you ready for number 2?
All right, what are we doing?
This one, we got a bourbon chipotle.
All right.
We'll see how this goes. Okay.
I think Matt soaked these.
He did.
That one's easier than the first one.
I agree. That one's not bad at all.
Nope.
I like that.
Actually, it tastes good.
Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
and put that on something other than a Dino nugget, we'd be okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about just kind of some of the changes you've seen around training drivers. You've been in the industry for a while, obviously. You've seen kind of that evolve and change. Just kind of let you kind of dive into that topic a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I really like about COTC and in the 27 years, I've seen a lot of carriers, I've done a lot of consulting. One thing that is done really well here is the load securement training. Yeah. And when you think about the drivers today, they don't get a lot of training through the school besides getting their CDL. Yeah. So getting into flatbed and some of these specialized type fleets that are out there in the industry, you have to be doing more training than we ever used to.
Yeah, yeah.
And technology distracts kids, generations from learning. And this is all hands-on type training, which is great that drivers can go in the back, they get the hands-on experience
in a controlled
with someone.
environment.
With someone. But then the other piece that's really unique and different here that I really like is the driver coaches piece. Yeah. Because once the drivers leave this yard, there's still a lot to learn because they're drinking through a fire hose. Yeah. So it's a good opportunity for them to be able to get out, have a voice on the other end of the phone when they need to call, take a picture, if they need somebody to look at something, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, and I think, for me, it's such an evolving industry too. And even I'll hear the driver coaches, together at times, trying to figure out a problem because it's a problem they haven't even seen yet. Right. So it's, we've spent that much time because there's always some curveball going to be thrown at somebody or them, so having a good foundation, just makes us feel more comfortable. And, many of the leaders here and all our coach team, we want to know that your family and my family driving next to that truck down the road is 100% safe. Yeah. So we obviously value that a lot, and it's amazing to see some of the other drivers that come through here that went through different, various orientations. And not that they were bad, right? But just saying I've been a flatbed driver for 15 years and I learned every day I learned multiple new things, and it's wow.
Yeah, because a lot of orientations are watching videos, and I've heard that from drivers
kind of a checklist
time and time. Yep.
Here, get this done, here's your truck, see you later. It's not a...
And it's great to get out of that.
We want you to be comfortable, and we want to be comfortable with you too.
Absolutely.
It's a joint effort. So,
and there as future, right, and leadership roles and thinking about the future, there's going to be so much more that we have to keep doing from a training. Yes. Understanding the business, understanding regulations. There's so much happening that we have to stay on top of and keep educating. Yeah,
and that's, huge for the industry to stay ahead of, because like you said, demographically we're changing. We aren't getting the farm kids anymore that have somewhat of a foundation, right? That doesn't really exist anymore. So it's a different challenge on the horizon for sure. Yeah. And even today, but yeah, very cool. Well, are you ready for this is the worst one.
Aww.
I don't know. Not spicy, it just is disgusting.
And Matt's sitting over here in the corner too, just staring at us.
And the best part is I've asked him to remove this for literally probably 2 months straight now.
He let me pick, and I did not choose this one.
See, it proves my whole point.
I am saying I did not choose this one. I picked around it because he said that.
Here we go.
So is it the taste that's so bad?
Yeah, it's pungent.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. You okay with that?
Male-female thing then, huh?
Maybe, I don't know.
I am. It's not even spicy.
Yeah, but you'll taste this 2 hours from now. You will still taste this.
All right.
It doesn't go away.
I'll come find you in 2 hours.
No, don't. I know all about it.
It's kind of like basil-y.
It does. It kind of has that type of pungency to it to me. I don't know.
It's like Italian.
So it's a jerk. That's a thing. That's a Jamaican deal? Is that where that kind of originates? Yeah. So I don't know what spice is a jerk, or if that's just what it is.
I'm not scared about these other ones now.
You're not scared?
No, because those are easy.
Okay.
I have to look up somewhere here. It's just gotta happen.
So Wendy, let's talk about one of your whether it be one or kind of multiple, like your most memorable experiences in transportation?
One of my most memorable was going over the road with a driver.
Yeah.
I went out for 5 days, went to North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
And I was probably 22, 23 years old. I was fairly young, just getting into the industry. But I wanted to understand, I'm matching trainers with students, and I was talking to students on a daily basis. And they would call me and they'd be like, I don't feel good, get me a hotel room, and all these excuses and stuff. And I just needed to get out there and really experience it for myself and understand it. So I did, and it was an experience. You learn that it's not just driving. There's so much more to it than going from point A to point B. But the worst part for me was I got the flu.
Oh, no way.
Yep. And there was nothing worse than getting up at midnight in the back of that truck. And I mean, I slept top bunk, she was on the bottom bunk, and having to throw up, not now. Yeah. But in between these trucks, because you couldn't make it into the truck stop. Yeah. And the aches and the pain, it was awful. But then I think about, it was horrible in the time, at the moment, but now I think about it and I got to experience that. And I had a different empathy and appreciation when those students called me and didn't feel well, or just drivers in general. Yeah. Because you just want to go home. Yeah. You want to be in your own bed. Yeah. Oh, you want to have a bathroom next to you.
You just don't have any of the amenities that you think.
No. Yeah. Just a whole different level of appreciation. Yeah.
And I think that's so important. Like, we put all of our staff through our orientation. Is that as big of a glimpse as what you had? No. But, when we're asking a guy to tarp a load, or when we, get an order from a customer and it's a tarp load, you have an understanding because all of our employees have done it themselves. Yep. Just a rough idea, right? Sure, that's one load, whatever. But it, kind of opens your eyes to that, like you said. And it's not easy.
It's definitely not. But I'm very thankful for that because it's a memory that I'll always have, and I can always relate, even as a recruiter working with drivers and talking to them. You just got to be able to relate with them. You really understand what you're going through, and unfortunately not everybody does in the industry or gets the opportunity that somebody invests in them enough to be able to do that.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, that was just that challenge of it. Like you said, there was so multiple, it's not just, we got a load, we're going to pick up, go to point A to point B. I mean, it's, navigating that, it's finding parking, figuring out food and what you're cooking, and, balancing home life just with problems at home, even aside from your personal stuff.
And security as a woman being out there even with her. I mean, there's two of us, but then you start picturing yourself, okay, what if I'm by myself? You have that aspect of being out there all by yourself too.
A lot of stuff. Well, that's very cool. I think that's awesome that you took the time and did that and navigated that as you kind of got into the industry. So
yeah, absolutely. It's a good experience.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got Dino Nugget number 4. So we got extra hot.
All right.
I mean, this could be treacherous. It might not be too bad. We don't know. So far, we're doing pretty good.
You're doing really well. I think we're doing all right.
Let's serve it a little more.
A little bit. That's not bad. Maybe I just have to be scared for the last one.
Like this kind of slow build up and then just boom, like way up.
Yeah, it's just gonna pull my head right off.
It might not though. I mean, you're handling it all pretty well. Because I mean, there's a little bit of heat to that one to me. I mean, my tongue's a little hot.
We eat a lot of habanero cheese coming from Wisconsin. So I'm waiting to see which one is as hot as the cheese, and I'm not there yet. So I'm okay.
Well, you just eat that for just like snack.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of the challenge. That's
no, we do that because it's good.
So when you've been kind of through the industry and exposed to transportation in your 27, years in it, kind of what in your mind makes COTC special?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my career, I should probably count up how many different carriers I've consulted and been part of. I should. I'll have to do that sometime, but it's a lot. I've done a lot of consulting, different industry or different trucking companies and backgrounds, what makes COT special and why I absolutely love coming here is the culture, for one.
Yeah.
The level of relationships that you have and this team has. Even when I walk in the door, the first time I walked in the door, you know, you're just always nervous because you don't know anybody.
Yeah, new place.
I met Matt one time, and but everybody's just so open. Even from Luke, from executive leadership on down, you don't feel that way here, and it's just comfortable. And you can tell even when the drivers are here in and out, they absolutely are. Everybody's like, thank you, and talking to them. Very professional, and understands how critical relationships are in the industry today. From start all the way through to as long as the driver, you know, completes their career and so on.
Yeah, no, I think I would agree with you, and that's my experience here too. Is just, you know, we focused on the little things like that, and like we get guys that come through orientation, they're like, we don't have to have a key, or you guys like let us in the same office, and like the CEO's doors just open, I can just pop my head in there and talk to him.
Yeah.
But
People work
they're
for
like,
people.
whoa, you know, it is interesting too to see, you know, and I think just as not even in the transportation industry, but just this company in any industry is a little bit unique to that, because we just are very open. You know, everybody has the whatever open door policy or whatever. I kind of hate that, but at the same time, it does kind of, you know, it truly does fit. And I guess because I've just heard it so many times, I say it now too, something like that. But
even the setup, when you walk in the office, everybody's all out on the floor, working together. Versus there's some carriers I've gone to and they're in offices. It's not as comfortable to just walk up to somebody and say hi and have a conversation than when you're sitting all on the floor.
And a lot of that, you know, helps us with accountability. You know, we can, or some days you're just having a bad day too. You know, we can catch, you know, whether that be me or somebody else, catch that and you know, stop it before it does become a thing. If you're frustrated or you know. So I think that's important for sure.
And let's not forget, the food is also amazing there. Devin does a great job cooking.
He really does. I will echo that 100%. He's part of the reason I have to work out every day, just so I don't gain like 40, 50 pounds. It's like ridiculous.
I know. The fish tacos yesterday, amazing. Best ever, yes.
I totally agree with that. I love it. All right. Wisconsin habanero cheese level. We're going to see if we can get there.
Yeah, we are.
Are you ready?
I'm
I mean, we're at the final nuggets. So.
I'm not there yet.
You got a Velociraptor or something, or what do you got?
I think so.
I'm straight T-Rex.
All right.
Sounds wicked.
Wait for it.
Give it a minute. Ooh. See, I don't know what it is about that. I love it.
Still not there.
It's just not even phasing. I'm a wussy.
It's not there.
You're the first female on this show, and I'm over
Showing
here crying. You're just like, what do we got next? Where's
no, I know
I know, you haven't done anything. I'm over here crying, blowing my nose.
Nope.
So the Wisconsin habanero cheese is hotter than that.
Yep. I guess the next time I come out here.
Yeah, don't bring any of that.
I'm going to now.
Or we could do like a hot cheese challenge.
Oh,
and except the dinos, that would actually be more
enjoyable. We could do that.
The cold, you know, dino nuggets that Matt burns every week.
All right, I'll we can work on that. There's some pepper jack cheese and habanero.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
let's do that next. Oh,
all right.
See, I'm crying.
It's all right. Do you need a hug?
I might need a hug. Oh my god.
I feel like I should feel something right now.
Well, you got nothing.
I've watched enough of these shows already, and I'm gonna start crying just because I'm laughing so hard at you guys.
Laughing at me dying. I love it. Well, that's perfect. My question's short, and you got to finish it up. But I guess
maybe I have to finish. I don't know if you can talk right now.
No, you might have to ask yourself this question. But I guess we'll just kind of do every time. I gotta really figure this out. My tongue hurts. But I'll just give the floor to you. Kind of any thoughts to that you want to pass on to any professional drivers that are listening and watching our episode here.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate what you do for me and my family. I wouldn't have the career and the success that I've had without you. You've really taken care of, many people in this industry, and we all recognize that and appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I think that's well said and so true.
Mm-hmm.
Very thankful for all of our driver team.
Yeah. I think Dylan needs a break, so we might have to end the show. And Luke, way better than you.
I don't know if I can finish this thing. Whose idea was it to do this? Oh my gosh, I don't want the milk, but I gotta have it. That is miserable. How does anybody enjoy that?
I don't know, I feel like it's gotten hotter.
Can we curse in this one? I hope somebody else had as much problems with this as I did.
Just saying.
10 times better.